OK, so obviously we're kicking off with this massive story in the Telegraph, Cressida.
Yeah, OK, so the Telegraph have gone with Iran launches swarm of kamikaze drones at Israel. So the IDF says warships and fighter jets are on high alert and US military is working to help intercept UAVs. That's unmanned aerial vehicles. So this is obviously in retaliation. All day we've sort of thought... We looked at stories earlier today where there was this sort of ship's been attacked by Iran, and everyone was sort of saying, oh, you know, it's soft retaliation, it's not going to get this far. There was reports of schools in Israel being closed, so that sounded quite serious. But then, meanwhile, there were pictures of Israeli people at the beach being quite relaxed. I read an interview with a shop owner who said, they talk about this stuff all the time, it won't come to anything. And then in the last, hour now, I guess, we now know that they have launched these drones and Israel are making moves to intercept them.
Yes. And, as you say, retaliation for the attack on the Iranian consulate this April 1st in Damascus. And so that's why Biden says he knew an attack was going to happen sooner rather than later. The only thing that some people are surprised that Iran, they normally hide behind proxies. Here they haven't. I even heard one person say maybe their proxies are sick of all this, like Hezbollah and Lebanon don't actually want to get involved. That was one theory. But the breaking part, as you say, is that there's, 200 drones? It keeps upping. I heard 50, I heard 100, now 200 drones launching. And the other thing is, I've heard, and this is only latest, it's an ongoing situation, that ballistic missiles may be launched at dawn. The idea is to overwhelm the Iron Dome, Israel's defense system. You send the drones and then the missiles, and it confuses the system. That's what I've heard anyway.
Yes, to make a path through for more devastating weapons. Netanyahu has said the IDF's defence systems are deployed and they're prepared for any scenario, both in defence and offence. We will defend ourselves from any threat and we will do so calmly with determination. So that's his statement. Rishi Sunak has also released a statement condemning Iran and giving a support to Israel. And it's really just an ongoing thing. And it's very stressful and, thoughts go out to everyone who's out there in the Middle East and can't we all just get along? That's my one thing. And apparently we can't.
And we've got some live pictures as well. I mean, one big question is whether the US gets involved and at what stage, because if they actually hit a target in Israel, then the US has to get involved. But they've been showing some reluctance to get that involved. Biden's been a bit sort of trying to get Netanyahu to sort of tone it down a bit. But after this, he might have to change his tone. I mean, he was just saying don't. It seemed a little bit weak to me. They said, what's your advice to Iran? Is don't. It's like, I don't want to bring my agenda in, but I always wonder if this would have happened under Trump, because his threats weren't don't. They were things like, I'm going to nuke Moscow or whatever the relevant place was at that time. Yeah. So it seems a bit weak to me, but I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's the reason. It's obviously a very complicated situation. But do we think the US will get involved and when?
Well, that's sort of it, isn't it? If they do. Could it be? Could that be the cascading? I mean, I don't want to... So you heard it here first, but it's kind of terrifying.
There's still this middle ground where the Telegraph are using the phrase US military working to help intercept UAV. So intercept, that's still kind of prevention, isn't it, before they actually get there and do whatever. Apparently these drones can hang around until... I don't know, obviously I'm not a weapons expert, but...
No, Leo's not here, so...
Right, more's the pity.
I mean, Israel are, of course, going to say we can take out these drones. It's not a big deal. That's essentially what they're saying. They're saying how great...
But the drones may not be the issue, as you said.
You've got the missiles, etc. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering, when you say, will it be it? It sort of depends on Iran's nuclear status. The sort of latest I heard is that they have nuclear capability, but not to the same degree. They have some warheads, but if they were to do anything with them, they get immediately obliterated.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's a completely tyrannical regime that just overrules a bunch of innocent civilians who just want to live their lives like everyone else, and they've been dragged into this now, and it's not good. Not good.
Definitely not good. I think we can agree on that. OK, maybe we've done... Do you think we've done enough on that?
I think we should say that Mark's coming back at midnight to do his...
Mark will come back at midnight, do a special and cover it in more detail.